Good day, folks. Thank you for joining us here at Your Health. On today's program, we'd like to talk about the forgotten mineral magnesium. Health experts tell us that most Americans do not ingest enough magnesium, and we're paying a big price for it. That can stop. We can do something about that, and we want to learn more about that today. First, let's go to our news. Let's see what's happening in the health world. Consuming sugar with a high-protein meal adds to extra weight gain. Researchers from the USDA wanted to know how high protein consumption affects the way our bodies process sugar. Using advanced techniques, they analyzed how human subjects process calories when they consume a high protein and sugar meal. They found when protein and sugar is consumed together, it leads to increased body fat accumulation, reduced calorie expenditure to digest the food, and reduced metabolic rate. All of these things act to promote weight gain. The study was published by BMC Nutrition. Well, folks, I apologize for all the technical jargon, but this study provides valuable information. What this study found was when we consume a high-protein meal, such as a large steak, and then add a sugary drink or even dessert after the high-protein meal, it leads to 3 changes in our metabolism that drive weight gain. First, 1/3 of the sugar calories are not burned, but rather shunted into the process that turns sugar into fat, and eventually this fat is stored into our adipose cells as weight gain. Next, since we have extra fat in our system, the process of burning stored fat is turned off, and finally the energy needed to metabolize food is reduced, and this causes a reduction in our metabolic rate over time. So add all these 3 things together and we gain weight by eating high protein and sugar foods together, even if we consume the same amount of calories as a lower protein meal with no sugar. We still gain weight. It is important to know that protein is an essential nutrient. Carbohydrates and sugar are not. So the next time you order a steak, order low-starch vegetables and pass on the soft drink and dessert. Now, some of you may be thinking, I'll just order the diet drink instead of the sweet soda with my steak. A new study from the Canadian Medical Association Journal, a review of 7 studies that followed over 1,000 subjects, finds the use of artificial or non-caloric sweeteners increases the risk of weight gain, obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, and other health issues. So it appears our real problem is our sweet tooth. Stopping sugar, real or artificial, is hard, but with time, you will not miss sweet. I promise. Dog owners get more exercise. Researchers from the University of East Anglia evaluated physical activity patterns of over 3,000 seniors, many of whom owned a dog. They found the dog owners were up and active for 30 minutes more each day than non-pet owners. The pattern of extra activity held even through the cold winter months. The study was published by the Journal of Epidemiology and Community Health. Well, folks, over the years, we have reported literally hundreds of studies that confirm the health benefits of regular exercise. There is overwhelming evidence that those who exercise even a little are at reduced risk of obesity, diabetes, hypertension, coronary artery disease, heart attack and stroke, insomnia, depression, anxiety, infections, joint pain, on and on and on. Plus, exercise just makes us feel better. Now, I think everyone knows of the benefits of exercise, so why do so many continue to live a sedentary life? Well, frankly, exercise can be boring and even uncomfortable, especially during the cold winter months or the heat of the summer, or if our joints ache, or if we're tired. Well, we always seem to have an excuse why we shouldn't exercise. What is unique and helpful about this study is it provides us with a point of focus on another being other than ourselves, an altruistic and nurturing reason, if you will, to go out and exercise even if it's cold or if we ache a bit. We exercise because the dog needs to exercise. So in effect, when we have a dog, we take the dog out to exercise and take care of their needs, not because we need to exercise, but because our best friend desperately needs to go out. But with time, we receive the benefits of exercise just as the dog does. And by the way, dog owners, have you ever gotten that look from your dog when you tell him that we're not going out for a walk today? Yeah, me too. That look of disappointment is the reason why having a pet leads to more exercise. Who can say no to their very best friend anyway? Today on Your Health, we'd like to discuss the health-promoting attributes of supplementing magnesium. Stay tuned to learn more. Every day, about 200 million Americans do not get enough of a key essential mineral.
That mineral is magnesium. The typical American diet does not supply enough.
And magnesium is so important. It protects bones and helps more than 300 different enzymes in the human body perform efficiently.
That's why Bioinnovations offers chelated magnesium capsules for oral use and topical magnesium gel to be applied to the skin. That's 2 forms of magnesium to meet your daily needs.
Scientific evidence points to chelation as the best method of vitamin and mineral formulation.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health.
Because chances are you are one of the 200 million Americans who need more magnesium every day.
Again, that number is 888-442-2128. Call today. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. I'm Cindy Becker for Your Health at a Glance. We all have said, I need to get some exercise, but how many of us put on our walking shoes and go? Learning a little more about the health benefits of exercise may help you get motivated to lace up those walking shoes. Exercise helps to control our appetite and weight. It maintains strong muscles. It promotes the release of endorphins that counter depression while helping us feel good about our lives. Exercise helps to lower blood glucose, promotes a strong circulatory system, and controls cholesterol. Exercise even helps us get a good night's sleep. Recent research finds dog owners who regularly walk their pet are 34% more likely to achieve fitness goals. You can get all of these health benefits by walking 30 minutes 4 times a week, just 30 minutes a day. Start today, and you'll start to get all those benefits. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Cindy Becker.
For centuries, the herb astragalus has been a staple of traditional Chinese medicine. It's used to create a strong shield, protecting the immune system.
Astragalus is also used to support healthy heart and lung function.
There's even more. Astragalus helps to calm total body inflammation, a common cause of pain and chronic illness.
All of that without the use of medication.
That's right. Support your health the way nature intended with astragalus root.
Bioinnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Astragalus Root Extract. Bioinnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Give us a call at 888-442-2128 or order online at bioinnovations.net and see what astragalus can do for your health. That number once again is 888-442-2128. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Call today. Welcome back, everyone. It's great to be with you today. Well, today we're going to be talking about an interesting subject. We're going to be talking about magnesium, the forgotten mineral. You know, we often think, did you take your calcium today? Supplementing with calcium for healthy bones, etc. But we don't really often talk about magnesium. Richard, magnesium is so important, and it is, as we have seen over and again, it's responsible for so many processes in the body.
I think of magnesium as that magical mineral that creates the spark of life. It is that essential. And you're right, everybody thinks about calcium, and we should, it's important too. But magnesium is just as important. And as many as 240 million Americans could benefit from getting more magnesium in their diet. Well, what is this magnesium stuff? It is it's a remarkable element. If you were, you know, I was a chemistry major in college, so these things interest me. Magnesium can have 7 different valences. You chemists and scientists, you know what I'm talking about. There's not many elements on the planet that can have 7 different valences, be in 7 different forms. 7 different forms. That's quite remarkable. It's the 8th most abundant element on the Earth's crust and the 4th most abundant mineral in the human body. The typical human adult has about 25 grams of magnesium in their body. It is essential for more than 350 different body enzymes. And these enzymes control these 350, around 1,000 different chemical reactions. Without those chemical reactions, that spark of life does not happen. You cannot live without it. It is essential. It helps to maintain muscle and nerve function. It keeps the heart's rate and rhythm good and steady and strong, supports a healthy immune system, keeps our bones strong. Bone strength is more dependent on magnesium than calcium. That's misunderstood among the general public. It is the most important mineral, magnesium, for maintaining electrolyte balance. If you're having trouble keeping your potassium or your blood calcium level up, it may be because you're really low in magnesium and no one's checking it. So replace your potassium, replace your calcium, but also take magnesium with it. You'll have better success with maintaining your blood's electrolytes and controlling those cramps and restless leg, that type of thing. Magnesium, we now know, controls our cellular clock, our circadian rhythm, as it's so called. Our ability to fall asleep and awaken is directly or indirectly controlled by magnesium. So this is why so many people who are low in magnesium struggle with insomnia and fatigue throughout the day. Their body clock is out of whack. Magnesium paces our metabolism, and it dictates how our bodies create and use energy. Our secretion and function of insulin requires magnesium. Magnesium is involved in aerobic energy metabolism. It forms ATP. Adenosine triphosphate, our body's dollar bill of energy, as it were, requires magnesium for proper function. Adenosine triphosphate, the phosphates on the end of that molecule are highly electrically charged in a negative way. If it were just like that, it wouldn't work well. It's in co-balance with the positive charge of magnesium, so it balances ATP. Without ATP, you die in 3 seconds. I know that's dramatic, but it's the truth. It's our aerobic energy transfer form, ATP. And without magnesium, it doesn't work. This is why Dr. Sinatra always includes magnesium in the plan for a good, healthy heart, so the heart can have that ATP flow and reduces symptoms of heart disease. Magnesium activates the B vitamins, assists with blood clotting and preventing of clotting, needless clotting. We don't want that. It activates multiple vitamins, including vitamin C. Dietary magnesium is absorbed in the small intestines. It's excreted through the kidneys, the skin, and feces, but primarily through the kidneys. That's if you have too much magnesium, your kidneys handle that and get rid of it. The kidneys regulate our blood's magnesium level, and as of to date, we do not know the hormone that controls the kidneys' regulation of magnesium. And I wish some scientists would take that on as a challenge, because there are those among us who struggle to maintain proper magnesium levels, and they can take all the magnesium they want, but it still doesn't control it, and that's because we don't know which hormone really controls magnesium level. And if you've learned that, please let me know. I'd like to know and learn more about that myself. Here's the critical thing about magnesium. Now, try to wrap your head around these facts. 60% of our magnesium is in our bone. 60% of it. About 39% of it is inside the cells of our body, inside the cell, and 1% is found in our bloodstream and other body fluids. Maintenance of magnesium blood level is the highest priority. So if we're not ingesting enough magnesium in our diet, we take the magnesium from our bone reserve and put it into our bloodstream, because without proper magnesium in our bloodstream, our heart may stop, we can't think properly, etc. So what happens to maintain a normal blood magnesium level, we leach our bones magnesium and develop osteoporosis over time. So this means you can have a normal blood magnesium level but be profoundly low in our total body magnesium store. Does that make sense? Because that is really important to understand about magnesium. Now, how would you know if you're low in magnesium? Sure, you can do blood tests, but even those are not always reliable. Let's take a quiz real quick before this break. As I go through these questions, if you answer yes, give yourself a point. And we'll add this up during the break, and we'll answer whether you are likely to be low in magnesium. Do you drink alcohol daily, or have you done that in the past? If so, give yourself a point. Have you engaged in an extreme physical exertion or endurance exercise for more prolonged periods of time, either currently or in the past? In other words, do you sweat a lot every day? Are you plagued with insomnia or emotional issues, depression, stress, anxiety, anger, irritability, confusion, memory impairment, concentration impairment, hyperactivity, or even apathy? If you have multiples, give yourself multiple questions. Cardiovascular disease of any type, high blood pressure or irregular heartbeat, those are all part of that. Do you have lung disease, asthma, shortness of breath, emphysema, COPD? Do you have low calcium or potassium levels? You're taking potassium, but it's still low over and over. Irritable bowel, inflammatory bowel, constipation or diarrhea, gut problems. Remember, that's where we get our magnesium, is absorbed through the intestinal tract. Problems there lead to low magnesium. Have you had major trauma? Trauma wastes magnesium. Surgery, closed head injury. I'm thinking of veterans who've been around bomb explosions. The concussion force can damage the regulatory mechanisms of magnesium. Do you have more than 3 servings of caffeinated beverages? They tend to waste magnesium. Chronic pain, chronic fatigue, nerve problems, migraines, restless leg syndrome, muscle cramps, cold extremities, spasms, twitches, ruptured discs, have you had steroid injections, magnesium depletion? Are you diabetic? 80% of diabetics are low in magnesium. If you have diabetes, 4 out of 5 of you are low in magnesium. Do you rarely eat whole foods, raw foods, fruits and vegetables? Do you eat a lot of sugar and fast food? If so, you're probably low. Do you have trouble swallowing your foods? When we're low in magnesium, our muscles, our smooth muscle in particular, they don't work very well and you tend to cramp. You ever get a cramp in your throat as you swallow? Oh, it won't go down. That can be a sign of low magnesium. Polycystic ovary disease, infertility, PMS, painful periods, difficult periods, irregular periods, infertility. Kidney stones, that's not necessarily too much calcium. It may be not enough magnesium. Do you take diuretics, antibiotics, steroids, oral contraceptives, hormone replacement therapy, or seizure medication of any type for any reason? Many people are now taking seizure medicine to control chronic pain. And I want you to be in as little pain as possible, but it may be depleting your magnesium. Mercury amalgam dental fillings, that depletes magnesium. Osteoporosis, we explained that. Hyperactive parathyroid or hyperactive thyroid gland, either one of those endocrine disorders. Are you in cancer therapy, chemotherapy, radiation therapy for cancer? Are you a smoker? Have you had a stroke, a TIA? Have you had liver or kidney transplants? That's quite an extensive list, isn't it? And it's almost hard to imagine wrapping your head around magnesium being essential for all those different things or the cause of all those different symptoms. Well, add up your score. When we return, we'll give meaning to your score. We'll be right back. Every day, about 200 million Americans do not get enough of a key essential mineral.
That mineral is magnesium. The typical American diet does not supply enough.
And magnesium is so important. It protects bones and helps more than 300 different enzymes in the human body perform efficiently.
That's why Bioinnovations offers chelated magnesium capsules for oral use and topical magnesium gel to be applied to the skin. That's 2 forms of magnesium to meet your daily needs.
Scientific evidence points to chelation as the best method of vitamin and mineral formulation.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health.
Because chances are you are one of the 200 million Americans who need more magnesium every day.
Again, that number is 888-442-2128. Call today. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. I'm Cindy Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Are you following a low-fat diet? While it's true that too much fat makes us overweight, certain types of fat are actually good for us. Add to your diet omega-3 fats such as fish and flaxseed oil, and omega-9 oleic acid found in olive oil. And reduce in your diet omega-6 found in corn, safflower, and peanut oil, and saturated fats found in meats and whole milk dairy products. Studies show those fats can promote inflammation and chronic disease. The Mediterranean diet can help you make good choices, such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean meats, fish, olives, and olive oil. So remember, increase omega-3 and omega-9 fats. Reduce omega-6 and saturated fat. For your health at a glance, I'm Cindy Becker.
Can you lower your risk of disease? The answer is yes. One way is by including fruit in your diet. Fruit contains valuable nutrients that can reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even some cancers.
We've searched the world and found 4 fruits we believe are among the best. Noni from Polynesia, acai from the Amazon, and 2 new ones, goji and mangosteen.
These 4 juices each have amazing properties that make them great additions to your nutritional plan. If you're a diabetic or have chronic pain, these juices will help you feel better and have more energy. Plus, they help with digestion.
Now you can experience the health-promoting benefits of all 4 in one convenient package we call the Fruits of the World 4-pack. And remember, it's 50% off by the case. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128. We're back, everyone. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the forgotten mineral magnesium today. Just before the break, we all took a quiz to see what our levels are. Are we low? Maybe we need a little more? Let's find out. Richard, let's go through the scoring process now and see where we are.
Yes, if you scored 0 to 2 points, just a couple positive affirmatives on that quiz, you're doing really quite well and better than the typical American. Very good. Continue with your healthy lifestyle because you must be living healthy to only have 0 or 2 of those affirmatives. Continue your daily multivitamin and mineral and keep up your healthy lifestyle. If you have 3 to 4 points, you're on the edge and you probably don't feel as well as you could. Start eating healthy, eat whole foods, and supplement your magnesium around 500 milligrams every day, and I think you're going to start improving. If you have 5 to 8 points, you are struggling and you're wondering when you're going to ever get well. Let's be honest. You need help, and magnesium supplementation is part of that answer. You should use both topical magnesium and oral magnesium while improving your diet and your lifestyle practices. If you have more than 9 or more points, you should see a doctor and ask for magnesium testing. Now, a standard serum magnesium test doesn't always reveal magnesium deficiency. It usually does, but not always, due to the fact that we pull magnesium out of our bones into the bloodstream because it has the highest priority. You get that now. So what we do in those nebulous cases where it's hard to tell is we call it a magnesium challenge. We assay the urine's output of magnesium, we give a large dose of magnesium, and then we assay the urine again for magnesium. If you're dumping a lot of magnesium into your urine after taking a large magnesium dose, you're sufficient, you're good. But if you're holding on to your magnesium after a big dose of magnesium, that means you're low. And it is the most reliable in those cases where it's hard to tell. But get the help you need if you have a high score.
All right, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I took the test along with everyone else.
Yes.
I'm really excited that I was in that 0 to 2 area,
Good for you.
But I wasn't always. 5 years ago, I would have been in the 5 to 8.
Yes.
So it takes time.
It does.
Even when we do supplementation and we do natural things, it's not a quick fix overnight. You'll start seeing results quickly, but the fix may not be quick.
That's
My
exactly
question
right.
is, as we age, is this something we're going to pretty much stay on? Or is this something that the condition reverses and then you don't supplement? Because I find I still need to supplement my magnesium to keep my level where I need it.
Yes, you will need to continue to supplement because the truth of the matter is our magnesium content of our foods today is about half of what it was 100 years ago. Now that's difficult to prove, but the best minds in science have looked at that problem. So our foods have less magnesium, we're on more medicines, we have more toxin exposure, all these things that add up to low magnesium. It's essential nutrient, we have to have it. It's not enough in our whole foods, we have to take a little extra. You're better off. Now, I suppose if you spend your whole day gardening, raising your own foods, eating nothing but whole foods, you could come very close to getting your magnesium need. But we both have jobs. You understand. So you're better off. It's a mineral. It's cheap. Take a little extra, you'll be better off. Let's go to some of the research on magnesium so you can understand the potential benefit we could get by just a little extra magnesium in our diet. Dennis Goodman, cardiologist, he wrote a beautiful book, Magnificent Magnesium. He wrote, magnesium is the conductor of your body's biological symphony, orchestrating the proper function of approximately 80% of your body's metabolic processes. It's that important. Very well put, Dr. Goodman. He's been on this program with us before. Magnesium controls our cellular clock, metabolic rate, and type. As magnesium levels drop, total body inflammation increases. The lower you are in your magnesium, the more inflamed and the more pain you're going to have in your life. Chronic pain patients, pay attention. Trauma depletes magnesium. Steroids, anti-inflammatory, anything that alters the bowel function depletes magnesium, and you're going to hurt. Hurt, hurt, hurt. Magnesium deficiency leads to inflammation. Multiple population studies have now shown as magnesium content of water, soil, and diet decreases, as our intake of magnesium decreases, cardiovascular disease increases, diabetes increases, and cancer increases. 68% of Americans do not ingest enough magnesium. 68%. Add a few more percent that waste out magnesium. They get enough, but they don't. It's about 80% of us are suboptimal in magnesium. A recent study of over 1,000 successive hospitalized patients. We just opened the doors to the hospital. The next 1,000 people, we're going to test their magnesium status. Guess what they found? Over half, 54% of those admitted to the hospital for any reason were low in magnesium. What percent of those actually get magnesium therapy as a part of their hospital course? They didn't look at that part. They just wanted to know who was low in magnesium. I can tell you, after working in hospitals for over 25 years, not many. If you have a doctor who checks that and replaces your magnesium in critical care or a hospital setting, you hang on to that doctor because they know what they're doing. Dietary intake of today is about half of what it was in 1900. This is due to agricultural practices, our food preparations, the processing of foods, etc. Except the fact, even your organic healthy diet may be low in magnesium. Magnesium supports heart disease, providing energy to the heart. In northern Finland has some of the highest cardiovascular disease rates in the world, and they have low groundwater magnesium levels. Southern Finland has some of the lowest heart disease rates in the world, and they have high magnesium content water. All in one culture, the difference from low to high magnesium intake. Follow-up to this, Swedish researchers found high magnesium content water, 20% lower risk of death from heart attack, and 80% lower risk of developing coronary artery lesions. 80% lower risk just from magnesium-rich water. And they were able to determine in animal studies exactly what happens in the body when we take the extra magnesium. Here's a new study from Japan. As magnesium level decreases, we have increasing hemorrhagic stroke, death from stroke in men, and death from ischemic stroke, coronary artery disease, heart failure, and total cardiovascular disease in women in the Japanese culture and country and dietary way of life. That's in Japan. And it probably applies to most of us too. Magnesium alleviates the symptoms of mitral valve prolapse, MVP. We have personal knowledge of that. A recent study of 200 people with arrhythmias shows those who took magnesium have significantly less irregular heartbeats, fewer PVCs, premature ventricular contractions, which is your classic sign, among others. I'm going to tell you, that's the most common. You see that the most, PVCs. The most classic sign of low magnesium. Torsade de Pointe and long QT syndrome is what doctors look for in a critical setting. Here's your EKG sign of low magnesium, because we've learned you can't always depend on just the blood's level. But the EKG will show it. And you can save lives, doctors, by looking for that. It lowers the incidence of angina. It sends energy to the energy-starved heart. It dissolves needless blood clots. High magnesium level is associated with a 37% lower risk of sudden cardiac death. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, one of our most respected clinical journals out there. Helps to control blood pressure. And that one's so important that I want to talk about magnesium and blood pressure control as soon as we return. We'll be right back. Every day, about 200 million Americans do not get enough of a key essential mineral.
That mineral is magnesium. The typical American diet does not supply enough.
And magnesium is so important. It protects bones and helps more than 300 different enzymes in the human body perform efficiently.
That's why Bioinnovations offers chelated magnesium capsules for oral use and topical magnesium gel to be applied to the skin. That's 2 forms of magnesium to meet your daily needs.
Scientific evidence points to chelation as the best method of vitamin and mineral formulation.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health.
Because chances are you are one of the 200 million Americans who need more magnesium every day.
Again, that number is 888-442-2128. Call today. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings.
I'm Dr. Richard Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Could some of your favorite foods be making you sick? Cases of non-allergic food intolerance are on the rise. This is different than food allergies. Recent surveys reveal up to 20% of us may be suffering from food intolerance. People who have a higher risk of non-allergic food sensitivity are those with other types of allergies, such as hay fever, or irritable bowel syndrome, hepatitis C, chronic indigestion, abdominal pain, or constipation. Non-allergic food intolerance can be delayed up to 48 hours or longer, so you may not connect something you ate 2 days ago with fatigue, headaches, abdominal pain, or depression. You can keep a food diary and write down everything you eat. Blood tests can diagnose the problem, or an elimination diet can help you detect the foods that are causing your symptoms. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Have you heard of Cordyceps sinensis, the medicinal mushroom that supports metabolic processes for stimulant-free energy? This remarkable mushroom also supports the immune and respiratory systems, as well as the heart and lungs.
Bioinnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients, Cordyceps sinensis.
Medicinal mushrooms contain beta-glucans, compounds that promote healthy immune function while helping to coordinate multiple body systems. And Cordyceps sinensis is among the safest and most powerful medicinal mushrooms available today, making it your choice for stimulant-free natural energy.
Bioinnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Give us a call at 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net. Be sure to ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. We're back, everyone, having a great discussion on the forgotten mineral magnesium. And to help you get the magnesium you need, we have 2 great specials today. We have a buy one, get one free on each the chelated capsules or the topical magnesium gel, whichever one you want, or get one of each. Richard, this is a great way to get that magnesium. And you know, we find we like to supplement with the capsule, and we also use the topical gel. Yes. I find after I ride my horses, it's great on my knees, on my joints. Really, it's fantastic and helps you sleep like a baby. And independent studies have shown that topical magnesium application, it does raise the blood's level. And magnesium chloride is the best form for topical application, and of course, that's what we provide. That's great.
So we were talking about how magnesium helps with blood pressure concerns. A study of 60 men and women with high blood pressure found magnesium lowers both the systolic, that's the top number, and the diastolic number in blood pressure. It complements calcium therapy. Calcium lowers blood pressure too, but magnesium more so than calcium. But the two together is best. Remember the symphony of nutrients. Magnesium relaxes the muscle that makes the arteries constrict. A small diameter blood vessel has higher blood pressure. If you open that vessel up, it lowers the pressure, and that's what magnesium does. It also helps to equalize potassium and sodium and calcium in the blood. So all these electrolytes that play a role in minerals in our blood pressure control, they're all led by magnesium. See, that's why we call it the forgotten mineral, because your potassium, you know, we should do a program on potassium. It's just amazing what it does, but it's virtually ineffective without your magnesium in there to control it all. So believe me, magnesium really helps with blood pressure issues. I think that people, they're on 2 drugs already, and doctor says it's out of control. We got to add another one, and here your potassium's off. That's you. You need magnesium. It's going to make all the difference in your world. This, like Cindy said, give it a little time. Give it a little time. Let your body replace these stores. You're going to get control. Add vitamin D to that, too, because that's involved as well. Well, let's go on to diabetes and magnesium. Over 80% of all American diabetics are not getting enough magnesium, or they waste it due to their disease. It just flushes through. Magnesium may improve your insulin and glucose levels. It reduces insulin resistance, and it lowers glucose levels. Deficiency in magnesium increases the risk of kidney damage due to diabetes. You're more likely to end up on renal dialysis if you're low in magnesium, diabetics, and you do not want that. Preserve that kidney function. Magnesium protects the diabetic against eye disease and nerve disease, the neuropathy of diabetes. It helps to protect you from that. Magnesium supplementation improves endothelial function in diabetics. That is your blood pressure control diabetics. Magnesium improves insulin resistance in non-diabetic metabolic syndrome and in diabetics. It even helps to improve glucose control and the measures of glucose control if you don't have a magnesium deficiency. It can be used as a drug. That's what that means. But let's use it as a nutrient. Then we'd never need to use it as a drug, then, do we? Review of all this information on diabetes and magnesium, their review in Circulation, that's a big medical journal, their conclusion was you should be using magnesium in your diabetes patients. Northwestern University, magnesium levels inversely associated with BMI. The more magnesium you have, the thinner you'll be. The less magnesium you have, the more overweight you'll be. They found that in multiple studies. Isn't that amazing? Now let's go on to some other things. Fibromyalgia, the aching, the pain. Remember we said the lower the magnesium, the more the pain? Well, fibromyalgia, a study found that fibromyalgia sufferers reported reduced pain and muscle tenderness after 2 months of taking magnesium. It's not like put a little on, slap a little on, take a pill, there, I did it, I'm done. No, that's not how nature works. That's not how healing occurs. It takes time to restore. So after 2 months, the fibromyalgia patient improved, less pain. But don't just do the magnesium. Get a little exercise, improve the diet, treat the dysbiosis, get some vitamin D. You know, do the whole program. Then the fibromyalgia will be in the rearview mirror. Bye-bye, I'm done with you. Really, it can happen for you. What else? Glutamate receptors and release. Magnesium helps to offset the damage done by excitotoxicity. We're talking about MSG, aspartame, and various toxins that are in our food chain and how they affect the brain. You know, folks, there are some people, 1 stick of gum with aspartame artificial sweetener and they have a seizure. Fortunately, that's not very common, but it does happen. So magnesium helps to raise that seizure threshold in that type of toxic exposure. It's that important for the brain and nervous system. Alleviates osteoporosis. You know, everybody talks about calcium and vitamin D for osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is not a vitamin D deficiency state. That's osteomalacia. Osteoporosis is primarily a magnesium deficiency state. For every 100 milligrams of magnesium you ingest, you will increase your bone mineral density by 1%. That's better than the drugs. So 500 milligrams, which almost everyone can take that amount, amount, almost everyone can take that amount of magnesium a day, will increase your bone mineral density by 5%, and it'll do that every year you do that. So you can, if you get to that osteoporosis soon enough before there's nothing to build on, as long as there's something there to build on, you can build that bone back, and magnesium is at the foundation of that program. I really want to emphasize that because we have so many people on these difficult medicines with side effects, and they're expensive, and they may be 1, 2, maybe 3% improvement. Magnesium, it works better than any of them. And you can use magnesium with the medicines. Don't forget that. How about urge incontinence, urinary incontinence? That improves, ladies, with just magnesium. And we have more. Boy, there's so much to learn about magnesium, and let's finish that in the next segment. We'll be right back.
Are you one of the 62 million Americans suffering from gastrointestinal problems? Do you struggle with other chronic conditions? That's why we offer Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics.
After years of research, we developed a revolutionary probiotic formula with gastro defense technology. This system protects the good bacteria from stomach acid so the probiotics reach the intestines where they go to work. Additionally, we use live count technology to prolong the shelf life of the probiotics, so there's no need for refrigeration.
Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics is a powerful combination and one of the most effective formulas available today. And we offer a children's chewable formula too, both at prices you can afford. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128. During this holiday season, think of the words of the English writer G.K. Chesterton, who said, "When it comes to life, the critical thing is whether you take things for granted or take them with gratitude. No matter the size of our problem, Jesus cares." The Apostle Paul gave the Philippian church this advice in Philippians 4:6. "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God."
Every day, about 200 million Americans do not get enough of a key essential mineral.
That mineral is magnesium. The typical American diet does not supply enough.
And magnesium is so important. It protects bones and helps more than 300 different enzymes in the human body perform efficiently.
That's why Bioinnovations offers chelated magnesium capsules for oral use and topical magnesium gel to be applied to the skin. That's 2 forms of magnesium to meet your daily needs.
Scientific evidence points to chelation as the best method of vitamin and mineral formulation.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health.
Because chances are you are one of the 200 million Americans who need more magnesium every day.
Again, that number is 888-442-2128. Call today. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. We're back, everyone. Just a quick reminder, I want to tell you about those 2 amazing specials today. We have either one you want, the chelated magnesium capsules or the topical magnesium gel. Buy one, get one free, where you buy one at the regular price, you get a second one free. So that's a good time to get one of each special so you can really stock up and take advantage of getting your magnesium levels up so they can benefit you. So Richard, I know there's a lot more research to get through, so let's get going.
How about constipation, chronic constipation? Boy, that's a real problem. So many people suffer from that. What's the age-old remedy? Milk of magnesia as a treatment for constipation. See, that form of magnesium, a milk of magnesium, magnesium hydroxide, that does not absorb very well. You do get magnesium from it, but it's designed really to take advantage of the chemical property. It stays in the gut and it brings water into the intestinal tract to help with constipation. If you want to restore magnesium levels, milk of magnesium is not the best therapy. It's an excellent laxative, but use a chelate form and you'll absorb more of the magnesium. But everyone's heard of milk of magnesia for constipation. Magnesium for asthma. It's been clearly established that IV magnesium can abort an asthma attack. Multiple studies have shown that, and now we have multiple studies that oral magnesium supplementation reduces the severity and frequency of severe asthma attacks. So I'm thinking of people who are, again, on multiple medicines and yet their asthma is still poorly controlled. Could it possibly be magnesium deficiency? Well, yes, it could. Please take the magnesium. You need it for all the other reasons anyway. Over time, your asthma will probably get a lot better. Supports attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Studies from Europe show that magnesium supplementation in kids with ADHD, their behavior improves, better attention, better school performance, and on and on. All these medicines. Get back to nutrition. Reduces emotional irritability, chronic depression, and anxiety. Remember the neurotransmitters for their production, the chemicals in our brain that make us feel, you know, I'm happy with life. Life is good. There's potential. I love my family. They love me. You know, this feeling of satisfaction, that is highly magnesium dependent. And no drug in the world replaces magnesium. So magnesium and B6 are used to make serotonin. Taking magnesium along with calcium may lead to less stress-related behaviors, better sleep, insomnia. All of this is related to low magnesium. So give magnesium a try. Hearing. A study found that laboratory animals fed magnesium, extra magnesium in their chow, as it were, suffered less hearing loss when exposed to loud noises. I'm thinking of construction workers, airport workers, recreational shooters, people who work around traffic, you know, loud noises, rock music, you know, it's loud. Yes, it is. That damages our hearing. Magnesium helps to prevent that damage, and they also found if you take magnesium, it helps to restore some of that hearing loss. Now, if you wait too long, too many years, it's irreparable. But if you have a pattern of healthy living with magnesium supplementation, you will be more likely to preserve your hearing into your senior years. That's a good thing to know. It protects against migraines. 60% of migraines sufferers respond to magnesium supplementation. 60%. Add your vitamin D and dietary restrictions, you're going to get better with those migraines. PMS, 96% of all PMS sufferers improve with magnesium supplementation. 90, that's everybody. They were misdiagnosed, those other 4%. Everybody with PMS, please get on the magnesium. B6 helps that too. A little progesterone helps that. A little isoflavone, a little clover, you know, the healthy balance for her. You're going to start doing better with the cycles. Magnesium use is associated with 41% fewer episodes of hot flashes in the menopausal years. 41%, just from magnesium. Helps restless leg syndrome. You know, we were all very excited when the new drug came out. I'm not going to mention names. You hear the ads. When the new drug came out for restless leg, until they found out with follow-up studies that at 18 months of that new drug for restless leg, your restless leg is worse than it's ever been. And if you don't take the drug, you're miserable. Magnesium is the real cause of restless leg syndrome. There are a lot of things associated with, but magnesium deficiency is the root cause. It's a terrible thing to have. Experimental biology, topical application of magnesium is as effective in raising blood levels and calming inflammation as oral. And I mention this because those with extremely sensitive intestinal tracts may find, due to the laxative effect of magnesium, that, oh, I can't take the magnesium. It really bothers my intestines. I understand that. I get that. And we don't want to create any more loose stool because that leads to more wasting of nutrients. Go to the topical application. I also want to mention sometimes when we are really low in magnesium, it requires injections of magnesium, either intramuscular or IV, to restore proper levels. You'll need the help of a doctor. But it has been my experience that that is not that common. Now, it can be very helpful to get your magnesium level up quickly with an injection or an IV of magnesium. And certainly if you're in a hospital setting, that's the best way to go for reliable administration of magnesium. But for 95% of us, topical or oral magnesium supplementation is more than adequate. I also want to mention they're doing a lot of work now on making surgical screws, surgical plates, things that we mend bones together with dissolvable magnesium. Because once the bone is healed, maybe we don't need the plate, maybe we don't need the screw anymore, and they tend to compromise the mobility of the previously broken joint. So now they're developing screws and orthopedic devices made out of dissolvable magnesium. So we help to restore the mag level while we're healing, which we need, plus they dissolve over time. You don't have to go back in and take them out. That's pretty neat, isn't it? And they're doing it with magnesium. Well, folks, let's go to our break, and when we return, let's talk about how do we best supplement? What's the dose and who would benefit? We'll be right back. Every day, about 200 million Americans do not get enough of a key essential mineral.
That mineral is magnesium. The typical American diet does not supply enough.
And magnesium is so important. It protects bones and helps more than 300 different enzymes in the human body perform efficiently.
That's why BioInnovations offers chelated magnesium capsules for oral use and topical magnesium gel to be applied to the skin. That's 2 forms of magnesium to meet your daily needs.
Scientific evidence points to chelation as the best method of vitamin and mineral formulation.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health.
Because chances are you are one of the 200 million Americans who need more magnesium every day.
Again, that number is 888-442-2128. Call today. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings.
I'm Dr. Richard Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Do you suffer from cramps, gas, bloating, or other digestive troubles? How about fatigue, depression, and headaches? All these symptoms could be caused by a condition called lactose intolerance. Your body doesn't digest lactose, the sugar found in milk and other dairy products. As a result, you can suffer from a wide variety of symptoms. If you often experience digestive problems, fatigue, depression, or headaches following meals, try avoiding dairy for a week or two and see if your symptoms lessen or go away. All of the nutrients found in dairy, including calcium, are present in sufficient amounts in other foods. So if you find that you are lactose intolerant, you can safely avoid dairy and still enjoy complete nutrition. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Can you lower your risk of disease? The answer is yes. One way is by including fruit in your diet. Fruit contains valuable nutrients that can reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even some cancers.
We've searched the world and found 4 fruits we believe are among the best. Noni from Polynesia, acai from the Amazon, and 2 new ones, goji and mangosteen.
These 4 juices each have amazing properties that make them great additions to your nutritional plan. If you're a diabetic or have chronic pain, these juices will help you feel better and have more energy. Plus, they help with digestion.
Now you can experience the health-promoting benefits of all 4 in one convenient package we call the Fruits of the World 4-Pack. And remember, it's 50% off by the case. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128. Your Health is brought to you by BioInnovations, trusted products for your health and well-being. We're back, everyone. Just a quick reminder about those specials. We have the bionutrients, chelated magnesium, and the topical gel. Each buy one, get one free. Great day to get it. So, Richard, we always want to start with a healthy diet.
Absolutely.
So how can we increase our magnesium levels through food?
Well, all whole foods have higher levels of magnesium than processed and refined foods, period. All of them do. Also, our green leafies, you know, magnesium is the center of the chlorophyll molecule. Iron is the center of our hemoglobin, but the blood of the plant, kind of way of thinking of as chlorophyll, is magnesium. So anything green is going to have magnesium in it. Also, don't forget our groundwater. Groundwater has magnesium. But the problem is, as you go west in the United States and North America, ground levels of magnesium tend to drop. So the East Coast has more magnesium in the water. West Coast has much less. So keep that in mind. If you live more in the western part of the country, you need to supplement with more magnesium. All fruits have some magnesium. They do pretty good. Your molasses, honey, and maple syrup have pretty good levels of magnesium. This is one of the problems of white sugar and high fructose corn syrup. There's no magnesium in it whatsoever. At least honey, maple syrup, molasses, there's some nutrients in there to help you process those calories. Whole grains, bran, whole grains of all type have more magnesium. Nuts and seeds are probably the single best source of magnesium. People, those who eat just one handful of nuts and seeds a day, 4 years longer. Just from that simple act, and magnesium is a major part of it. It's not the only reason, but it's part of it. Beans, milk, fish, meats, all refined foods are low. Whole foods diet, that's how you do that. Now, the recommended daily intake of magnesium is 320 milligrams a day for women, 420 milligrams a day for men. But health experts, nutrition experts say, well, we really need to take more because our foods are so depleted of magnesium. You can get too much magnesium. It creates a state of diarrhea. You waste it out that way before your blood's level goes up. Yeah, we have a good auto-regulatory mechanism to control too much magnesium. We can also use topical magnesium gel. Magnesium chloride is the best form of that. People with kidney disease need to minimize their magnesium intake. However, there are benefits. Chronic kidney disease patients, there are benefits to taking magnesium, but you need your doctor involved on that project, please. Okay, capsules, bionutrients, chelated magnesium. We use an amino acid chelate. It is highly absorbable, 250 milligrams per capsule. I take 4 a day, but I am susceptible to low magnesium. I've been through cancer treatment. It can damage you permanently in your ability to manage your magnesium. I take a little extra. How many do you take a day?
I take 2 every day.
2 every day. That would be typical, 500 for most people. That's a better place to be. But you also use a little mag gel.
I do.
After our showers. Yeah, I do every day, to be sure I'm getting plenty of magnesium. It's easier to handle a little too much than not enough. Over time, that low magnesium leads to problems, severe problems that you want nothing to do with. Believe me, you don't want to. So please consider the magnesium. It's an essential nutrient. Most Americans don't get enough. Don't be a part of that. Get your magnesium. Thank you for your kind attention. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Your Health. Bye-bye.
Hello, I'm Bill Malone of Christian Television Network's Plan Giving Department. Did you know that a will is one of the most important documents that you will ever sign? Yet a majority of Americans die each year with no will, and so the government receives a large percentage of their estate in taxes and fees. We can help you eliminate this loss with our free guide to Wills and Trusts booklet. Call the number on your screen or go to our website for further information. Your long-range plans deserve special attention.
Join Jim and Lori Baker every day as they welcome anointed teachers.
The result of our prayers will determine the future of our nation.
And the most dynamic personalities from around the world as we share grace and restoration.
You might have made a mistake, but you're not a mistake. But God spoke to me.